Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Shonjai, and today we'll be talking about how to turn your debt into an asset. We are looking at this topic today because if we look all around us, a lot of people are in debt. A lot of people have resigned to it. A lot of people don't know how to get out of it. I'm going to teach us ways on not just how to get out of debt, but how to turn your debt into an asset. And we'll be looking at the scriptures today because I actually got this topic from 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 1 to 6. And that is the Shunammite woman. Every one of us remember the story of the Shunammite woman whose husband died. Her husband was a prophet, first of all, and he was in debt. And at the end of the day, he died. And worst of it all, he had two boys whom his debtor is coming to take away if they were not able to pay the debt. So this morning, we'll be looking at ways to turn our debt into an asset. This will be a series. We will be looking at this for the next 4 to 5 weeks because the steps are loaded. So I can't rush them. I have to take them one or two at a time. So, like I said earlier, I'm looking at the story of the Shunammite woman. When we read from verse 1, we saw that the woman went to meet Elisha. First of all, you need to take a step. It might not even be that you are in debt, but in any situation, any problem you find yourself, you need to take a step. That woman did not just resign to faith. She might just be at home crying that her husband left debt for her, or cursing her husband if possible. She might even be saying her husband didn't like her husband didn't love her, he left of all the things to live for your family. When people are writing will of giving their family cars, their family houses, lands, and so what, he left debts for her and her children. So she could have just been at home or just wailing about that her life is over, her life is finished, or just even eat poison and die because she doesn't want to face the shame. But instead, she took a step. And what is that step? We'll be looking at this step now. A lot of people don't take step. They've already resigned to their fate. Sometimes when I look at beggars on the road, especially beggars that have eyes, they have their legs, they have their hands to walk, I just look at them and I'm like, God, you have everything complete. Why are you begging? That is, they've resigned to life, as in they've given up on life. They feel the next thing for them to do is to beg. The woman did not resign to life. She did not accept the fact that someone is coming to take her children for slavery. Instead, she took the best solution, which is first taking step. And that step she took was to get an Elisha. That is the second one we'll be looking at. She got an Elisha. Elisha is not maybe somebody, because when I said Elisha, people might be thinking, oh, maybe prophet or so. Elisha might be your mentor. Elisha is that somebody that has a track record with God, that you know that if you speak to this person is not going to disgrace you, or the next day is going to post your story on social media and say, oh, this person, so this is the problem she's dealing with, and this person will be behaving as if she doesn't have any issues or so. Your Elisha is someone that is going to bring the best in you. Your Elisha is someone that is going to, that you know that if I meet this person has words of wisdom to say, and you are ready to follow the instruction. Your Elisha is someone that has a relationship with God. A lot of people have talked to the wrong people and they've led them astray. A lot of people have taken their problems to the people they are not even supposed to talk to. And in fact, that problem got bigger instead of resolving itself. Your Elisha is someone who has a track record with God, someone you can talk to. Your Elisha might not be rich. Your Elisha might not be wealthy, but has a wealth of wisdom up here. Your Elisha is someone you can talk to. Your Elisha is someone who will listen to you, who is going to give you advice on what to do. I'm saying this today because several people are in debt and they've already resigned to it. A lot of people have committed suicide just because of this. When we check the people who tend to have depression, high blood pressure, and so, it's no other factor that is causing this than finances. Talk to your Elisha. Go to an Elisha. Talk to somebody. You can't solve your issue. A problem shared is a problem half solved. The woman went to Elisha to solve her problem. She did not, how would I put it? She did not just resign to faith. She knew that if she is going to meet this person has a solution for her. It might not be, your Elisha might not be someone that is necessarily rich or wealthy. And when I'm talking about someone you can go to, I'm not talking about maybe that your rich uncle in your family, or that your rich auntie, or one big man in your family that uncle, come and give me money, I'm in debt. No, I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm talking about people who have relationship with God and have track record with God. We have other series to be looking at, but today we'll be looking at 1, take action, and number 2, get an Elisha. There is an Elisha for you. Your Elisha is not necessarily a prophet. Your Elisha is not necessarily, how would I put it? Maybe like people say woli or something. Your Elisha is someone you can confide in. Your Elisha is somebody who has a track record of bringing the best results. Your Elisha is someone who has a relationship with God. Your Elisha is somebody who you are comfortable with, that you can tell this person, this is what I'm going through, and the person is not going to embarrass you for it. So this is our first part in turning your debt into assets. I hope you understand and you enjoyed my teaching today. I still remain loyal. I'm the girl Shonjide. Have a nice day. Bye.